Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm really glad you joined me today. I am in this video going to be showing you this new recipe I found that's keto friendly. It is chicken thighs with a creamy spinach. It's so good. My husband really enjoyed it too. We were thinking about doing it with shrimp next time, so look out for that video. But you start out this recipe, it said 6 chicken thighs, but we just do 4 because we are just me and my husband. But I salt and pepper the front and backs of these chicken thighs using just regular black pepper. And I was trying out for the first time that pink Himalayan salt, which is actually, I feel like, a lot tastier than normal salt. But we really enjoyed it. The next steps include, in a bowl, mixing together a couple of other ingredients. You are going to do a 1/2 cup of sour cream, and for keto it's best to use the full fat sour cream, which is what I'm using here. And you don't have to be super precise with the measurements. The recipe states a 1/2 cup, but I've used a little more, a little less. But for the purpose of the video, I was measuring it out for y'all. And you are also going to include a 1/2 cup of real mayonnaise. I use Kraft because that's what we like, but feel free to use whatever real mayonnaise that you will enjoy. I have seen people online make this with like avocado mayonnaise and that sort of thing. That would be completely okay as well. You also want to salt and pepper this mixture, and finally, just mix that part up. Once you get that all combined up, you are going to move on to the next step, which is adding the cheese. My favorite part. I love cheese. It states that you need a cup of cheese. I usually get those little containers from the grocery store, and there's a little more than a cup in those, so I'll just use that. But you're going to mix to combine so that it's all mixed up into the sour cream and mayonnaise. So this broccoli isn't part of the chicken thigh recipe, but my husband really wanted some steamed broccoli with it, so I am going to go ahead and get this cut up. I usually make my steamed broccoli just in the microwave in a bowl with a little plastic wrap over it, but since I got my Instant Pot, I really love making steamed vegetables in it, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how to do that. So you're just going to cut your fresh broccoli up into little florets. I'm sure you could use the stalk, but I don't particularly like it, and my husband really likes the florets as well, so I usually just use that portion of the broccoli and then give the little bits to my dogs because they like it. So I'm just finishing up the broccoli here, cutting the last bit of the stalk off, getting some of the leaves off, and making sure all my florets look good and tasty. Next, I'm going to be putting the broccoli in this insert pot for my Instant Pot that I got. It's actually really great for steaming vegetables, and it has 2 layers, so you could do vegetables and fish if you wanted to. But I usually put it in there and cut up some butter slices. Butter is also good on the keto diet. You need to get your fats in. So butters are really great fat to add to broccoli. And I just add that on top in little pads, about 1/2 the stick. And then I will cover this pan up with the lid and then get it inside of the little lifter that comes with it. So here is my Instant Pot. I can't remember which model it is, but I will find the link on Amazon and put it in the description below for you. And you always want to make sure that you put the insert pot on the inside, and you're going to want to put at least like 2 cups of water, I think is what I normally use when I do my broccoli or whenever I use that little Instant Pot, extra pot thing. So then you want to just lock your lid in and make sure that it twists to lock. You also want to make sure that your venting knob is set to sealing, and you do that by just sliding it over and making sure it's snug against the stopper there. Next, I'm moving on to the chicken thighs. I am going to go ahead and get them cooking in a little bit of olive oil in this large pan that I have here. You want to make sure that you have a large enough pan to get all of your chicken thighs in at one time, and later to add the sauce and the chicken thighs at the same time. So make sure your pan that you start with is large enough. And you're just going to put the chicken thighs down. You want to make sure that you do that skin side down, and you want to sear it for a good 3 to 4 minutes until the skin moves easily off of the pan, and it has a nice brown texture color, kind of crispy on the skin. The next step is going to be flipping your chicken thighs over. I like to get them all flipped over and then leave the lid off for a few minutes, just so I can kind of get the underside crispy as well. And then you will want to cover them with a lid so that you can make sure that you get them cooked completely through. Chicken, you always want to make sure to cook to 165 degrees. That's when you know they're done, and a little thermometer would be the best way to tell. After they're cooked and you make sure that they're cooked to temperature, you can pull them out into a different container while you make the sauce. Here I have a full block of cream cheese. I use the Philadelphia cream cheese. We like that the best. You just want to get that broken up a little bit and then add the mixture from the bowl, which was your sour cream, mayonnaise, and cheese. And mix that up good and get it nice and bubbly. Then you're going to want to add your frozen chopped spinach. Stir it in real nice and make sure to heat that through thoroughly. Once you're done with that, you're going to add your can of Rotel. I use the chunky kind for this. I like it best than the littler bits. I feel like it's a little more hearty when you have the chunks. But you want to mix that through and make sure that it's heating nice and bubbly, but you're not overheating. Then you add your chicken thighs back and you're all done. And here we have the finished dish with our broccoli side. It was really yummy. My husband and I both enjoyed it, and I took my leftovers for lunch the next day. It heated up very nicely. Well, there we have it. I hope you really enjoyed this recipe and this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up to let me know that you would like to see future videos like this. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to share more recipes with you. And leave me a comment on what your favorite keto recipe is in the comment section below. Until next time, bye!